Alrighty, let me just do one thing on my side here, guys. I was planning on starting the stream, at the regular time, but Bitcoin was taking a little bit of a dip, so I was like, why not hop on a little bit early today? It's been a long day, that's for sure. Let me put this over here, get the up half of that. Also add coin market cap over here, and let's get the FinViz time over here as well, and then maybe over here with the tradie ticks as well. There we go. There we go. There we go. That, there, and should be good. All right. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Dogecoin is still tearing up here. We'll look at Dogecoin first because I know that's what a lot of you guys are looking at. Let me turn on the music on my headphones though, just a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm listening to some Disturbia by Rihanna. It's getting me in a good pump up mood. All right, but let's go over here to the daily chart first on Dogecoin. In fact, let's actually just open up a new Dogecoin chart, start completely fresh, completely naked, if you will, and then kind of move our way on there so we can see the kind of what's been going on here, some historical patterns and things of that nature. I think you guys will enjoy that a little bit more than just the normal Bitcoin stuff here. And hey, Justin, hey, Bideford, hope you guys are all having a good time. And thanks, Justin. It's what is it, at Team YouTube. Before we get started with Dogecoin, I've been trying to message them. And you know what? The funny thing is, when I have two Twitter accounts. This one only has like 10 followers because I have another one that I don't use too much. And this is the one I use basically on the streams, right? But basically, explore, I don't know how to do this, tweets and replies, yeah. So I've been talking with them, and every single time they just like, go to this link. And I'm like, the link doesn't help me because I know I didn't do anything wrong. And then every single time they just kind of send me back to the link again. And it's just rough. So I'm trying my best to kind of wait to see what happens here with them, but they are flat out just ignoring me, like not even trying to resolve the issue. They're just saying, hey, check out this link over here, go away. And I'm just like, guys, like, you guys don't know this, but like what some of you guys do, I've helped out YouTube with like them trying to make the streaming platforms better. Like I've worked hours with them trying to tell them what works and what doesn't. I've worked hours on trying to get rid of all the spam channels on YouTube. Like if you go right now onto YouTube and you just type in Bitcoin or crypto, a live stream, you're going to see a bunch of spam channels. I've been trying really hard to get rid of all those so people don't get scammed. And when they make a mistake, I'm assuming they made a mistake because they still haven't been able to tell me what I did wrong here. They just give me the cold shoulder and like they don't tell me anything. They just say, hey, the email should have told you. And it went here. I'll show you the email actually, if I can, very fast. YouTube. Ad campaigns, no. I don't know if they still show it to me. April 1st. Maybe this. No, this isn't it. This is maybe I can do something like this here. Here it is. So they told me that it would have told me on the email here. Where's that? You should have received an email and notification studio about the details of why you removed. So they said I should be able to see it. When I go down here, it says, we know this is tough news, whatever. During our recent review, our team of policy specialists carefully looked over the videos you've uploaded to your channel, Michael Whitman. We found that a significant portion of your channel is not in line with our YouTube partner programs. A significant portion. You guys know all the videos I do. It's just me talking. That's it. And as of today, your channel is not eligible to be monetized. And then read more about the specific policy. They're not telling me what I did wrong here at all. So let's see. Please go to monetization page, and I did it. And they said I did reuse content, but if you guys look at any of my videos, it's just me talking. And so I've tried to ask people for help here, and every time I ask YouTube, they just give me like a brick wall of just like, hey, go here and check it out. Go here and check it out. And it doesn't solve the problem. And so I'm kind of at a loss here. And I'm going to try to make a TikTok video tomorrow about this. But, again, we recommend referring to this thread. Before that, it's, if you're removed due to reuse content, your channel might still be lacking info context. Do any of my videos lack context? Hey, I think Bitcoin's going up. Hey, I think Bitcoin's going down. You know, I'm kind of stuck in that weird little spot right now, so I'm going to try to figure it out. But for now, if you guys can tweet to YouTube about it, I'd really appreciate it. I'll try to make a TikTok video about it tomorrow, and that might take a little bit of time because in order for TikTok videos to go viral, you have to cut them up in a certain way for people who want to watch the entire thing. I'm not good at that. But yeah, so let's talk about Dogecoin very fast. Let me go over here to maybe the Coinbase one. Is it this one's Doge right here? And how far back does this actually go here? This one does not go back too far, so let me actually find another Dogecoin one. Actually, let's just go to the Dogecoin Binance. That should be fine. There we go. Much more stuff here. Oh, is it going to keep that chart though? Oh, I don't want it to keep that. Alright, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, that's fine for now. Let's go here, here, here. There we go. Alright, there's always a loophole when it comes to TradingView. Let's put that full screen. Here we go. Alright, so over the last few weeks, we've started to break out here, and it's been looking pretty nice as far as Dogecoin's been concerned. But let's go over here to the trend line. There we go. In the most basic sense, this is what Dogecoin is doing right now. A simple breakout. We broke out a while ago. We've been slowly holding support, which is the old trend line. We waited till the golden cross happened with the 20 crossing over the 50, and then we've surged. Now, a few things here. We've surged a little bit more than normal here. Normally, as soon as we have a little bit of a pop, we tend to drop off pretty fast. We're not normally having these long candles where it actually closes pretty high up here. Normally, we have a bunch of like, small day candles that add up to something. And today we actually had a really strong move here. And I think that's because a lot of people are seeing Bitcoin have this little bit of a reversal. Technically, Bitcoin's back into a bull market here above the 20-week moving average. So you're seeing a lot more optimism here. All of these other previous pumps that Dogecoin has had, that's pretty much just been, if you ask me, some whales pumping it up to get some coins, and them just retail traders trying to pump up the price to do a quick pump and dump type scheme, right? And we've seen that happen over and over again. Big moves followed by pretty large crashes. This one I think is a little bit different because we do have a solid breakout here. We consolidated here, or Dogecoin consolidated for about 150 days before this breakout occurred. Now, the main level of resistance I see right now is going to be this 200 daily moving average. We talked about it earlier today, if you guys were on the stream this morning, and we were talking about how around, I forget the exact level, at this point in time, since we are going to be coming closer to a new day candle here, the 200 daily moving average is at about 0.1829, so a little bit over 18 cents. I believe earlier this morning it wasn't at 0.1829, it was at 0.1833, so just a little bit above it, guys, a little bit above it. But right now, that's our major level of resistance I can see going forward. If you guys want to try to buy some more Dogecoin, only do it in small amounts. I haven't been buying any more Dogecoin. I've been trading Dogecoin, but I haven't been buying any more as far as my long-term positions. I'm still holding what I have, and I'm comfortable holding those, 60, 70,000 coins going forward. Now, as far as where we might be going later on, just like how Bitcoin broke out above its 20-day moving average, Dogecoin tested it out one week, the next week it went pop. And so if you're looking at it from a weekly standpoint, really our next major level of resistance here is right up here, if I can get the magnet back on for us, right around 21.5 cents. So maybe over the next few weeks, if Bitcoin does kind of go back down a little bit, retest that 200 moving average and break out, then, excuse me, we have a good not for sure chance, we have a good chance that we're going to hit up back to like 19, 20 cents, maybe get up to that 21 cent level here, and I'll be really excited to see what happens then. My main concern at the moment is over the last few times we've broken out above the 20-week moving average, we've only done a little bit of a pop before ultimately dropping back down. And again, that was because Bitcoin really wasn't doing much at that time. So I'm optimistic that we can start seeing a little bit more of a reversal here, a little bit more of a surge. If you guys look at some of the RSI here, we're still in the middle, right? We were low, now we're kind of back into, okay territory here. We're not looking like we're overbought or anything from the weekly chart standpoint right now. So I'm optimistic that over the next few weeks we can attempt to get up to 20 cents, and I'll be pretty excited to see if that's possible now, okay? Now, I still foresee a decent amount of time before Dogecoin were to do anything astronomically parabolic, like hitting $1 or something like that. I think what would need to happen before that would actually be a golden cross here between the 20 and the 50 moving averages, and that might take until about June, to be honest, as we kind of look these up, because the 20 is still coming, you know, down pretty fast. The 50 is just now starting to come back down here, so I'm optimistic, but I'm not saying Dogecoin's gonna boom up and like go to $1 in the next week or something. Not saying that at all. I'm saying I'm optimistic for Dogecoin going into the next few months here, especially as we're getting a little bit more aggressive here, and especially since Bitcoin is trying to hold some of these crucial support levels above the 20 week moving average here. Last time we had a golden cross as far as Dogecoin's concerned was way back over here. We had a pretty nasty drop, but right afterwards, you know, after consolidating for a few months, then we started having that big move, and that's why I'm saying it might take a little bit of time, but if Bitcoin's doing fine, we should be okay going forward. And I'm optimistic to see what happens. Again, I know Dogecoin was kind of doing this weird thing as far as the daily technicals, like Dogecoin goes up when Bitcoin goes down, Bitcoin goes up, Dogecoin goes down. We saw a little bit of that today. Overall, I think Dogecoin still needs Bitcoin to keep on going strong, to keep that push up. I think a little bit of this was the technical. We did have a breakout. We broke out above the 20-week moving average. But at the same time, I think there was a little bit of Elon magic in there, because everybody was talking about Elon a little bit more here because he bought about 9.5% stake out of Twitter. And, you know, people are getting more riled up like, hey, can you use Twitter for Dogecoin? Can Dogecoin do some payments with Twitter? All types of weird freaking stuff. But you did see a lot more interest in Dogecoin beyond just, you know, Matt Wallace trying to pump up Dogecoin for his own personal gain. So it's been good to see so far here, guys. But going back over here to the normal stuff, you know, the Bitcoin and stuff like that, we'll have Dogecoin over here on the 15-minute chart. Hopefully we can consolidate a little more and make a move. What I'll do now is actually get rid of this level of resistance for us. And what I'll do is, we got a trend line here. Let's see if we can try to break out above this eventually. And if we can, that'd be a good move coming forward. We might have to dip back down to the high 15 cents range, or maybe even the low 16-cent range before making that move. But we have a lot of time to consolidate here, and I'm in personally no rush to see Dogecoin go to $1. I believe it's going to get there one day. Until then, I'm just kind of holding my coins, you know, and earning interest on them. Well, some of them at least. Okay, but as far as Bitcoin's concerned, then after this, I'll start talking to you guys and answer some of your questions and so forth. Sorry for all the junk on the screen. We got the GAN fans and stuff. And look at that. Got support right at the GAN fan level right there. So far it worked out. It looks like this one was a little bit more reliable than this one coming down here. So the 45-degree one, not the negative 45-degree GAN fan levels. Looks almost like a symmetrical triangle kind of moving in here bit by bit, where if you wanted to, at the moment, we still holding above this. We have about 23 hours left. If we can close above this level, we might just be in for this, might just be in here for a little bit of consolidation, and then hopefully breaking out sometime mid-April, about a week or so. We got rejected from the 200. We're not even close to it anymore. I mean, close enough, but really not that close, right? And that's what it looks like we're trying to do at the moment. Shorts, bears, they still have some power here. As you guys can see, they've been shaking out a lot of investors over the last few days here, which is fine. It happens all the time. But right now, we're kind of stuck in this ascending triangle here. Let's see what happens with it. But I'm not feeling an urgency to want to sell any of my positions right now. I've had a few coins stop out in the money, or, you know, with some good profits. I'm looking to buy back into a couple of those coins here, and I'm most likely going to do it, yeah, a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow. But sorry, my music changed. For the most part, I'm fine with where Bitcoin is at the moment. We're still above 40,000. We're pretty close to 45,000 right now. As long as we stay above this trend line right here, I'm not too concerned. Even this GAN fan level here, but preferably, since we do have this level right here, this GAN fan, I would still want us to hold this trend line out here rather than the GAN fan. Although it was nice to see that we held up there pretty well. Let me go over to the 15 moving average, and you can see we came pretty close. Came pretty close. The fib level right here held, the trend line held, the GAN fan here held, and the GAN fan down here held. So, yeah, I'm okay with it. So far, so good. But yeah, there are still whales out there that want Bitcoin to come down. We'll see if they have the strength to push us down. But, you know, overall, again, I'm not too concerned. Have your stop losses placed accordingly, whatever your personal limits are. But, again, I'm okay with this market at the moment. A little bit of worries, I can tell, as far as people are concerned about it. All right, there we go here. And here's Dogecoin at 15. two different 15-minute charts, if you guys can tell. Two vastly different 15-minute charts. Dogecoin on the left, Bitcoin on the right. It's going to be a fun time here to see how much further Dogecoin wants to rally, especially when it's able to break out again. Give it some time to consolidate. It may take a few more hours here, but, you know, we're not going anywhere. Hey, Neil. If we hit 44K Bitcoin, we will fall. Are we going to fall from here? If so, I lost a little bit of money. Not so much right now. We're holding support here. Mostly what I was talking about, if you guys had any leverage position. So let me show you right here. The daily. Let me not use this cluttered mess of a chart right here. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So if we do fall right now, we're testing off the 20-day moving average, and this is the big concern. As long as we're able to hold above this, we're fine. But again, breaking down below this, which was this old level of resistance right here, that starts us on a path where we could fall down. Again, I'm not overly concerned. On the weekly chart, it looks a little bit different here, but same motion basically, where we could come back down here and do that and break out. Otherwise, what's an easier way to say this? Because we broke down, we now have the... Can I do this right here? No. What's the easier way to show that line? Give me a second here. Can I do this way? No, that's fine. Basically, there's a chance we could break down below the 20-day moving average, and that would bring us back down to $43,500. But to me, that's like another 4% for Bitcoin down potentially. That doesn't concern me too much. The only thing that really scares me is if we, well, not even scares, it worries me is if we break down from this trend line right here, right? But we do need some more time to kind of come back down here. So yes, there is a chance we can come back down to like 43,000 or so. Again, make sure you have stop losses placed. Even if you're taking home 1% in your stop loss triggers, it's still 1% of profit rather than taking some losses there. There are some positions right now that I'm in the negative and majority of them are positive, or I've scaled out of a decent amount of them, so no matter what happens, I'm going to make money off of them. But yeah, be careful. We could still break down from here on the 20-day moving average here. I'm trying to think of what the other chart was, though. Let me go back over here. There we go. I feel like the dollar chart's different than the tether chart a little bit. That's what my mind is thinking about as far as this dip wasn't here on the USDT chart. But yeah, right now we're still holding. But if you kind of get my gist, what I'm saying right now is even though it's a little bit more bearish, we have the support levels here. We have the trend line here. But you see, it's kind of hidden right here because I know there's a green Fibonacci level right here. See this 20-day right here? That's what we don't want to break down below as well. It's kind of hidden in there, but that's the main level. Let's see. We would have been more bullish if we held that line. That's my main point. Back over here. 15, there we go. Consolidate a little bit longer though. There we go. Hey, discount. YouTube is too big to care. I know. That's why I'm going to try my best to make them care though. As hard as that may be, I'm going to try to make them care because like, it ticks me off more than I want to admit, but at the same time, I don't necessarily need the money, but I kind of want to make the money because then I kind of just spend it all on YouTube, right? I probably invested about like $10,000 into YouTube with like cameras and little doohickeys and new monitors and stuff like that, new webcams and nice microphones and all the lighting and stuff like that. So, and this is over a period of time. It's not like I just invested all in 1 month, but I'm hoping they can kind of say like, hey, we made a mistake. We admit we made a mistake, and then we'll try to fix it for you. They're not even admitting they made a mistake, or they're not even telling me what my mistake was. That's the thing that annoys me the most. Like, just tell me what I did wrong. I can try to fix it. Because what'll happen here is if I don't know what I did wrong, and all my videos are like this, where I just talk with you guys, right? Well, what happens if I try to reapply, then they said you didn't fix the problem. And well, because you didn't tell me what the problem was. That's where I'm going to have issues with it. Because I know how YouTube works, and I know they're not going to be honest with me as far as that's concerned. Because, again, I just tried like for 2 hours to get a decent response out of them from Twitter, and they just said, hey, check out this link. Hey, what about this link? Oh, here's a thread for us. That's what's going to annoy me a lot going forward. And this, yeah, they are making money off my channel right now. That's true. Let's see. Hey, Ramses. Dogecoin, not anytime soon here unless something really parabolic goes off. I think Bitcoin needs to go a little bit higher before Dogecoin hits 50 cents anytime soon. Let's see. Hey, Ken, happy to see you. Let's see. And hey, D's, it's definitely a good time to be buying some coins up with this little bit of a dip we're seeing right now, especially since it's at support, if you ask me. And hey, Little Cola, thank you for retweeting my tweet earlier today. Let's see. And hey, Max Millie, I know I got a clean shave here. My beard is slowly growing back in here, but I enjoy it. It's always nice to get a clean shave every now and again. Let's see. What's right here? Hey, these. YouTube is kind of shitty for growing YouTubers, Mike. Lots of the same problems as you. It's kind of the same issue. Yeah, I just wish they'd be kind of upfront with it and just kind of be honest. Like, hey, I don't care if YouTube ever makes a mistake on my channel, as long as they have a way to correct it. That's where my venting comes off with, right? And I am as far as I know, guys, I'm like the only YouTuber that's been streaming Dogecoin every single day since last year. And then all of a sudden, a few days before Dogecoin starts booming up, they take away my ability to make money off of the streams. You know, no proof there, but it is a weird coincidence. I'll say it's a coincidence, not, you know, not anything nefarious there, because I don't want them to shut down the stream. But, you know, it is pretty weird. So, again, I'm going to try my best to get it fixed out. But, again, if they're not even going to tell me what I did wrong, I have no idea what problem to fix, right? So, but I'm going to drink lots of water and pretend like it's whiskey. It really is water here, still. But it really annoys me. Hey, thanks to No Tacos, No Life. I appreciate it. I mean, I try to keep it honest with you guys. That's why today when I give you guys that Dogecoin video, I was like, hey, be careful. Everything is looking good. We have a good reversal here, but please don't like invest more money to Dogecoin. I thought I said that, like, if you guys have positions, go for it. If you guys want to day trade, go for it. But be careful if you want to swing, because we've seen it so many times where Dogecoin booms up and then it comes back down. Now, the circumstances are definitely a little bit different now, and that's what makes it so much nicer. But I'm still trying to, like, I don't want you guys to turn into bag holders on these types of coins here, especially if we do see a road back down, right? Or a little bit, we come back down a little bit. You guys nibble, and you guys make profits off of the nibbles if you guys are going to Dogecoin, or otherwise you guys are day trading. There were some really fun day trades in this today. Before the stream happened, I actually did a day trade where I was trading on the scalping on the 1 minute chart, holding for like maybe 15-20 minutes. And if I go over here to the Dogecoin chart and at the 1 minute mark here, where's that? Yeah, see? Now I was trading with 50x leverage because I was being very cocky. When I'm stressed, I like to trade. It calms me down. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You're not supposed to be trading with emotions, but usually with these smaller moves and something this volatile, I was pretty excited for it. But basically here, you see this double bottom. So bottom, bottom. We closed right above the neckline right here. I opened a position. We came down a little bit, but ultimately we came up about 1.5%. And with the 50x leverage, you know, I made a little over 100% on it, so I was pretty happy with it. I sold it right here. And then, you know, it was just too choppy for me, so I was like, you know what, let's just get out of it. And then I also knew I was about to stream pretty soon, so I was like, okay. It's also my little sister's cat's birthday, so I went to go get her, my sister's cat, a little gift. And there was also another double bottom right here. Bottom, bottom, boosh, woo. So, you know, I just spent a lot of time today on the 1 minute charts of Bitcoin, Dogecoin, just scalping, and I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't trade too much here. I mean, just these simple little breakouts that you can see right here. You know, little breakout, came back down, scalped up. I was a little afraid of it because of the way the volume was looking. And then, what did I do with this play? I sold half of it here, right here. And then I basically just held a little bit longer just for the fun of it. Again, emotional. Only because I wanted to see if a minute death cross would do anything, or golden cross would do anything. And it did. I sold right here, not up here, because I just saw, hey, the 200 on the minute chart. Let's do it. This is scalping, not swinging. Scalping. But yeah, so it was pretty fun. And there was a few breakouts, you know, over time here, and those were really fun to trade. So that's basically what I was doing over the last, you know, end of the day here. It was fun, right? But right now, Dogecoin, when you have these volatile types of coins where they're going up and down all the way around, so many day traders, a lot of day traders are trading the exact same patterns that I've taught you, all of you guys. So when everybody buys this little bit of a breakout above the neckline, which happens to also be a 50 moving average just on the 1 minute chart, of course, you do see this immediate surge happening right afterwards. A little bit of consolidation, then it popped up. I mean, there was money to be made there, but I bought a little bit and I sold it like right here, not even. But again, that was more of just we're looking at a golden cross. When there's something this volatile, you can have a lot of fun with it. But I did have 2 losing trades today, so I walked away with a good amount of money, but still, it wasn't like I was perfect all day long. But yeah, so Dogecoin's been having a nice little day though. And right now we're just seeing if it's going to consolidate for how long, and hopefully it's going to be breaking out here pretty soon. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's trying to hold right here above the Ganfan levels. 1 Ganfan hold, 2 Ganfan holds, and the trend line and the Fibonacci level. So there's a lot of support right in that $44,500 level. A lot of support right there. So that's really what I do not want to fall down below. And of course, we do have the 20-day moving average. We talked about that a little bit on a previous video, I believe, as well. So, yeah. There we go. Hey, good evening, Sayama. Hey, is that why we don't see our membership? Yeah, YouTube paused all of your memberships because and they'll be back. Like, they're still there, they're paused, but until I'm able to reapply, which will probably take like 30 days or so. And again, they won't even tell me what I did wrong, so I have no idea if I reapply if they're going to actually let me back into the program. You guys won't see those badges, which really sucks because, I mean, that's usually how I determine whose questions to answer first. Now I'm just going off of names because come on, I know you guys pretty well so far. But at the same time, it's annoying because I got bad dry eye basically from looking at my computer monitors all day, even with my eye drops. So when I look over to my right-hand side, sometimes it's just a little bit blurry to me instead of like the screen looks all clear here. And so I have to kind of squint a little bit to get you guys' read you guys' questions and whatnot. Let's see. And hey, Crypto Hash, I'm happy to be back as well. Let's see. What are the chances we make it back to 48K by April 6th, 9th? What's we now? We have a pretty good chance because remember tomorrow is the conference out in Miami, so you're going to be seeing a lot of YouTubers out there. I'm hoping we can have another large boom before that happens. Remember, last year their conference was in July, I think early July, and if I show a Bitcoin chart right here, you can see the exact day we actually started taking off. It was actually after a nasty drop towards where it looked like we were coming down hard. Then all of a sudden, boom. Let me find it for you guys as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Right here. You see this right here? Conference. Then there was that big, big event where you had like Elon Musk, Kathy Woods, some random guy, I don't know his name, and then Jack Dorsey of Twitter, all talking about cryptocurrencies and the Web3 and where crypto can be going in the future and kind of like how it's a good thing. And I don't know who started it, but some whale started it, and then boom, we just rocketed off. So everything looked pretty dismal until boom, right? So I'm hoping that during the conference this year, we may see something similar, and that'd be amazing. I would love to see a conference cause a nice boom here. And if you guys want to ever watch the video, like I think, what's it called? It's the video that every scam YouTube channel plays. So, Tesla Live event. This exact video, this scam one, where 4 of these people are talking, and then they're asking you to send over Bitcoin to them so they can send you more back. This is a scam video. This is a scam. But what do you know? It's the second one if you type in Bitcoin right now and do the live stream search. So scam, real, my channel, scam. I think this might be a scam one, but I can't tell because it has an actual person's name on it. Scam. See, I can't tell if that one's a scam or not, so I won't say it. Ethereum Foundation seems like a scam. So, there's just so many scammy things on here, but they're all playing that exact video from last year. And so I'm hoping, like, even though Elon Musk isn't there this year, I'm hoping that we can still see a nice surge going forward during some type of major event. Because right now, if you're just going off of this trend line and the price action, we're testing out the 20-day moving average, hoping that we can kind of stay above it. that's the nice scenario, right? We kind of just bounce off of it and go back up, nice and easy. Maybe even a cup and handle or something like that. The worst case scenario I see playing out over the next few days is we come down here, we break down below today or tomorrow. We have a nasty candle. We consolidate for a little bit, then try to make a move back up. And then, of course, if you really want to get to that really, really bad scenario that I'm not even going to really talk about too much here, we come down, but instead of bouncing back up, we break down. But then what do we do with the 50-day moving average? We're either going to bounce off of that, come back up a little bit, then consolidate a little bit longer, doing something really wonky. Or we're going to have, when we break down below moving averages, we tend to have longer candles. We're going to have a really bad move that'll take us back down to the support levels over here at about 37,000. I don't think this one's going to happen. I would be surprised if it does, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. But for now, in order for me to even think about that, we first need to break down below the 20 and close down below it. Then we need to actually come into contact with the 50 and not bounce, right? So I think we're going to be able to bounce there, especially with all the kind of optimism around crypto. Hopefully we don't have some type of scenario where there's a big crypto event, so let's crash that, let's do a huge shorting thing, because right now Bitcoin really isn't at a high enough level, like all-time highs, to really cause people to completely panic sell. A lot of the people in crypto right now are just some of those people that have long-term positions and they're just kind of swinging a little bit. There hasn't been a crazy amount of FOMO to just buy Bitcoin, do stupid amounts, put a second mortgage on your house to buy crypto. We haven't seen that type of crazy stupid money involved in the crypto market just yet here. When that happens, that's when you want to start scaling out and selling a little bit more of your positions here. Let's see. If I draw a head right here, it seems like a guy is falling down. Okay. But right here. But that's kind of like, what's going on in my mind in a basic sense here. But again, my main thing is let's just stay above this trend line here if we must. Of course, I'm worried about the 20 and the 50, but really, I would want to see a nice move up here, because if we can just consolidate a little bit longer, then we have an opportunity to break out. And then after a breakout were to occur above the 200 daily moving average, then we're going to be looking at a golden cross where the 20 comes above the 50, excuse me, the 200. That might take again until the end of the month or so, or maybe mid-month. But again, that'd be a nice move where then we could start hopefully looking to break out above 52,000, maybe back into the $55,000 range before ultimately doing a little bit more of a pullback. Because there's some levels of resistance way up here that's going to be a little bit more difficult for us. But whales should be able to pump through that. But again, that means we are relying on the whales, which I don't like to do too often. Back to Doge, 15. I'm going to have to look for a good level of support here as far as Dogecoin is concerned, though. I don't want to see it continue to fall. I really just wanted to stay above the 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart. If that's possible, I'd be happy. Going below 15 cents would be not too good for Dogecoin's price. Actually, I mean, most likely just come all the way back down here. Partly that would be because of Bitcoin having a bad day here, but so far holding support just fine. Hey, Victor bought a little Doge today, couldn't resist. I mean, a little bit of Doge isn't going to hurt as well, right? I'm just talking about people that, like, they put a second mortgage on their house and they're like, let's put $50,000 into Dogecoin. Now, you can definitely do that, but just make sure it's not like the majority of your portfolio type of stuff, right? I know a lot of people that have been buying up Doge over time. They're waiting for it to hit $1, and I'm waiting for it to hit $1, right? But at the same time, I'm just like, understand there is a respectable amount you should have your portfolio in certain types of positions. Let's see. Hey, if it's YouTube is like Twitter unflagging people, I mean, yeah, it is. Yeah, it really is. Again, I just wish YouTube would tell me what I did wrong. Like, if I made a mistake, I'll accept it, but I just find it so hard where they say, hey, you did this wrong, and I'm like, okay, can you just tell me what I did? Like, show me what I did? Because they give me like a general idea of what I did wrong, and then when I ask for it, they don't even let me know. They don't even tell me. That's what I find like, so how am I supposed to improve? How am I supposed to not make this mistake if you're not telling me what I did wrong? It's that type of weird stuff that really confuses me. And at the same time, if you look at any of my videos, right, it's just me doing charts. If they're trying to say that I took somebody's charts away from them or like stole somebody's charts, I feel like that's a little weird or something like that, right? So I'm hoping that they can just tell me what I did, right? I mean, I'm okay if they really wanted to stop me from making money for 30 months, as long as they tell me what I did wrong. So after all this is over, I can get back into the program and start generating some revenue so I can start, buying more stuff for the channel, basically. And they're just not even telling me what I did wrong. I don't like stuff that doesn't make sense. Like, I'm allergic to stupidity, and right now what they're doing is stupid. But, you know, I don't want to just say stupid because it sounds like I'm being lazy about the situation. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't know what else to do if they're going to ignore me, right? Maybe I'll check YouTube. Did they message me back? Nope, nope. Thank you guys for retweeting my tweet. But yeah, they're not here. Let's see. And hey, Bideford, no, you don't have to. Nothing's being charged as far as the memberships are concerned. You're fine there. But let me see. Like here, go to Team YouTube. 4 hours. Let me see. Tweet at Team YouTube. Can you please help me out? I feel like you guys keep sending me random links to get me to go away. There we go. Let's see what they say. But yeah. And if you guys want to follow this Twitter account, I'm gonna start being more proactive on Twitter, because I realize that, and if anything like this happens again, I need to have a following to actually like back me up here, because it's Michael Witt MA 17. Oh, I don't want to log out, but you'll find it if you just look at Team YouTube. But yeah, it's definitely just a hassle right now, and I really hope they can just like help me out. We'll come back to it in the middle of the stream. We'll see what they're doing, because here goes. We'll see if they give me another link, or they try to just not tell me, because all I want to know is what I did wrong. But that's the only thing they're not telling me. So it's like, I don't know the logic behind their minds right now, and I don't know the logic that they're following. That's a better way to say it. See right here. Good morning, JR. Happy to see you back. The USA must make it. You sneeze then? The USA? What do you mean, Pravi? I don't sneeze too often, but when I do, I make a really high-pitched sneeze. Because normally, my nasals have been like congested forever. So when I sneeze, I don't really blow out of my nose. Otherwise, my ears pop like crazy. So I just kind of try to hold it and do one of those really weird-looking ones. Let's see. Hey, Descent Killer. Dude, I totally understand it. I don't use Twitter much at all. I'm going to start using it more. But yeah, I understand people not using Twitter. As far as I see on Twitter, everything seems to be about politics, or it's like very negative stuff. Like, wait, did they? Oh, thanks, Irvin, for following me. If I go over here to explore and I go to trending, something about politics. The Real Housewives of New Jersey. I don't care. Maxie. I don't care about basketball too much. Sorry. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about politics. Gen X, cool. I don't care about Gen X too much. I don't care about Oklahoma criminalizing abortion. I mean, I'm not a guy, but, you know, I'm for women. Politics, cancel student debt. None of this stuff really affects me here, and it just seems like none of it is... Okay, Avatar. I could deal with Avatar, but I gotta go all the way to 15 to find something I like. You know, that's it. That's the only thing I would really click on this whole thing. The Real Housewives of New Jersey? I don't know. Whatever algorithm Twitter uses, it's not a very efficient one. Because nothing I find on there makes me happy. Everything on Twitter is designed to make me angry. So I think that's by design, so I can like tweet and get engaged. But I have never found a good reason to spread hate on a platform of which people can read it and then make an observation about me that could hurt my personal reputation. Why would I put myself out there like that, right? I'm guessing people do it because they can get more followers and they feel more powerful and they feel, you know, like, you know, I'm good. Because people like tend to be in their bubbles and so forth. But that's what Twitter does. It separates everybody out, finds these really critical points where everybody disagrees, where everybody's going to fight back and forth. And then while they're fighting back and forth, they're seeing ads scrolling down on their pages. It's a weird world, right? But Twitter definitely is probably not good for society overall. But I need to use it because otherwise YouTube ignores me. I sent out a few emails to YouTube. They ignored all of them. So they said, hey, we saw you applied for... they said, hey, we saw that you applied for an appeal. And then, so we're going to help you with that. And then all of a sudden they stopped messaging me back. And then, excuse me, when I go over to the appeal stuff here, let's see, monetization. So I put out a video for the appeal, right? And this video is 5 minutes and 28 seconds long. It has 3 views now. It actually only had 1 view a few minutes ago. Appeal video, okay? Remember this, 5 minutes and 28 seconds. 5 minutes and 28 seconds. When I went over to monetization, they said it went over the 5-minute time limit, which I didn't even see anything about it. Now, that could be my fault 100%. I didn't read the instructions very clearly. I didn't know there was a time limit. I thought, you know, I'll just make a short video explaining my situation, and it'll take as long as it takes for me to actually give them an idea of what went wrong and where I'm asking, like, hey, can you help me out? Because it was 28 seconds over the 5-minute limit, they didn't even bother to do the appeal, to finish off the appeal process, because it was 28 seconds late. So I'm in a weird spot, because if you look right here, it says I need 1,000 subscribers to be part of the program to make money off of YouTube. Well, I have 58,000 right now, a little almost 59,000. I need 4,000 watch hours. I have about 20,000 watch hours. I have a 2-step verification turned on. It's active. I have 0 active community guideline tricks, so that means I've had no problems with YouTube. Like, they haven't come at me and say, hey, you did something wrong. I would assume it before they try to take me out, they would say, hey, we're going to give you a strike because you did something wrong here, and if you want to appeal the strike, you can. But they kind of skipped that whole process. And I'm wondering if it's just because I'm a crypto channel, and, you know, they haven't been as fond of crypto channels over the past few months here. And then something that I do that I don't think they like very much is I call out attention to all the spam crypto channels on YouTube, and I say, hey guys, like, there's a lot of spam on YouTube. We just went over it a little bit, right? This is a scam one. That's mine. Scam here. All these ARK Invest, SpaceX scam. Scam, and you just scam, and you scam. You know, you just go through the list and you see how much spam is on there, and how many scams are on there too. And I don't think they like people being aware of how much scammy material is in the cryptocurrency website. But I told them, like, hey, I talk to people that work on YouTube on Discord. I'm like, hey, if you guys ever have a problem, like if you guys ever need somebody to kind of help you guys out and report videos, I'll be happy to do it for you. But, you know, just me reporting on a scam video doesn't do anything. They don't even look at it. It has to take like hundreds of people have to report the stream before YouTube will even look at it and take it down, at least from what I understand about it. I could be wrong about that, but we've all reported these videos before and they've still stayed up. And, you know, that's even with me telling all of you guys to report it at once, right? So it's that type of stuff that I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do here. I'm hoping, wait, they might have responded? Nope. Hey, Justin, I appreciate it. Because what do you call? I have no idea what to do beyond that. And again, if I really have to wait the 30 days, sure, I'll wait. It's not like the income is going to destroy me. It's like $1,000 a month, right? But at the same time, it's just like, if I reapply and I still don't know what I did wrong, how am I going to be able to fix what happened, like what I need to in order to let YouTube reinstitute me into the program? That way I can give all of you guys his memberships back, right? That's my main point. You guys lose your memberships, or they're paused technically, but then at the same time, you know, it's just a major hindrance. I just wish they would help me without ghosting me. Ghost, you know what I mean? Not Ghost, the moderator. Thanks, Ghost. But yeah, oh gosh, it's been a problem. Let's see. Hey, no tacos, no life. Can you post your Twitter on here? Yeah, let me do that very fast for you guys. Definitely, I know I'm venting a lot today. I'm gonna do it for a while here, so I'm sorry. But let me see if I can find my let me see if I can just post my original message right here. How do I do this? I'm not used to using Twitter, guys, so I apologize for this right here. Okay, tweets and replies. Okay, here we go. This one right here. So let me share this exact tweet. And if you guys want to retweet this, I'd appreciate it. And then, like, if you want to retweet it and say, like, @Team YouTube, don't have to say anything else, just @Team YouTube, I'd really appreciate it, because it seems like the only way they actually care is if there's enough public, I don't want to say outrage, but attention to it, where they say, okay, we're gonna look bad if we don't help this guy out, you know? And I could be much more aggressive if I wanted to with trying to get YouTube to help me out here. Like, I think I'm gonna make a TikTok video but I don't have to, right? I mean, like, that's something I can do to kind of escalate the situation. Or I could, I'm an African American. We do have something called the race card I can use. I'm not going to use it. I don't want to use it, but I could if I really wanted to. But I don't think it's kind of ethical to use race as a kind of a boosting factor in a situation like this. But YouTube is very liberal, so I know it would work more efficiently than if I did it towards more of a conservative company or something like that, right? So I'm just hoping they can try to help me out. Again, I'm going to wait for the notifications and see if they actually respond to me. So far, I messaged them a few minutes ago, and they still haven't responded to me. But they might just be annoyed that I'm asking them for help, right? Because again, reuse content. They said someone else's content without making changes that add significant value. Just go back in history a little bit here. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, go to my channel. It's all just me talking and talking. And you know what? It's even more of me just talking and more of me just talking and me just talking and being boring, but still being educational. And that's all I do. I mean, just scroll down. Like it's all just me talking. So I'm trying to figure out what happened here, because I also don't want this to happen again, right? That's On the other hand here, Bitcoin's having a little bit more of a reversal, just breaking it above the 20 moving average on the 5-minute chart. Now, we are going to run into the 20 up here. This is where we're most likely going to get rejected before we start looking to break out above that, like maybe a drop back down and doing that. But right now, you are still seeing some strength as far as Bitcoin's concerned. Oh, and if you actually look at the 5-minute chart here, that Ganfan level did actually hold. A little bit more surprising there. On the 15, it didn't look as nice. There you can see that long wick. But on the 5-minute, it held pretty well. I'm actually pretty surprised about that. So I'll be watching this one pretty closely. Ganfan levels are really nice, but sometimes they're reliable, sometimes they aren't. And so far, we're looking okay as far as Bitcoin's a little bit of a rally here is concerned. And hey, Johnson, I mean, they could be screwing with me, sure, but it's working. I'm making the desired effect of making me extremely, upset. I'll say upset, right? It makes no sense in my head, but it is what it is at this point. But I appreciate you guys trying to help me out. We'll see if they actually do respond and stuff like that. Because again, thank you, Justin, for retweeting the other ones as well. And thank you guys. I appreciate it a lot. I'm still waiting for them to respond. But over the last few minutes, I did notice that my views from this one stream went from 1 to 3. So maybe they are looking at it now. I don't know here, but if I go to analytics, oh, it actually doesn't tell me where the views come from. Director unknown. So yeah, it won't actually tell me where the views come from. Okay, that's fine. But still, it's an annoying thing, and I really hope that they can help me get it fixed. If they help me get it fixed, there's like no malice there. I just wish they would help me out. That's the... Before this happened, I thought they had an incentive to try to help creators out, to help them grow and stuff like that. And it seems like their algorithm is kind of anti-crypto, or just not fully hashed out yet. And when it has problems, instead of addressing them and trying to fix them, they double down and say, well, we don't know what's wrong, but the algorithm said something is wrong, so we believe the algorithm and not what we can see with our eyes, right? As far as nothing being wrong with my channel and so forth, right? And again, they didn't reject my appeal because I did anything, bad. They rejected my appeal because it was 28 seconds over the 5-minute time limit, so they didn't even bother with it. So it's that type of stuff of why I'm venting to you guys and asking for you guys for some help, right? But man, it's a process to go up against a corporation. But and thanks Doodle Doo for following. But I'm hoping they're gonna respond here, because my gosh, this is gonna be annoying to deal with over the next few days, especially if they keep on ignoring me. Let's see. And Jay, venting is good. What's right here? And hey Adam, how can we still support you now? Guys, don't worry about the money aspect for me. If I wanted you guys' money, I would be saying, give me $5 on Patreon or some crap like that. It's not about you guys. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I give you guys content. You guys pay for that content by watching ads. You guys don't need to do anything else besides watch ads to support the channel. I know there's no more ads on my channel because they took them away from me, But I don't. None of this is on you guys to give me money. No, screw that. I make money from YouTube and the advertisers. I don't want you guys' money. I want you guys to watch my ads. That makes me money. But I don't feel like you guys need to do more than that, right? If you guys want to support, just do the retweet, tweet at Team YouTube. Please help Michael Whitman. That's all I ask. I don't want any of you guys' money. Again, like, you guys know I love money. I have a fondness for it. I grew up really poor, so I really embrace money as a way to change lives because, you know, money doesn't buy happiness, that's true. But man, making six figures versus making like $15,000 a year, I mean, the possibilities really open up for you, and your life, your quality of life just goes up a lot. $15,000, I can't afford a dog, right? And I was earning $8 an hour while I was working in college. But now that I'm six figures, I own a dog. I go to the dog park every day whenever I want to take Loki. I get good stuff. I can work on YouTube and not like I can. My YouTube channel makes like $1,000 a month right now. Oh, it did. I would be okay with making $1,000 a month on YouTube because I know I have other sources of income, right? So that's why I'm not asking for you guys any money. I'm just asking for a tweet. Never feel like you guys have to pay or donate or do super chats or something like that. That's only if you made some money or you want to support the channel a bit more. But right now, you guys can't even do super chats right now because of everything that YouTube's been doing to my channel, right? And the bad thing is they cut it off April 1st, knowing that the money I made back in March, they're not even going to give it to me because my channel is no longer part of the YouTube partner program. So I won't even see the money from last month. They're going to keep it hostage from me. I don't know if I should say hostage, but you get what I'm saying. I don't even get access to it. So it's a pain. I'm going to fight it in kind of the cleanest way I know how by just asking for support. But at the same time, it's like, what can you do if they say you did something wrong and you're like, okay, what did I do wrong? And they respond. They do respond saying, hey, you reused content. Then I ask, okay, can you show me what I did wrong here? Like, can you give me an example? Can you show me exactly what video, what's going on here? And then they say, hey, check out this link for our terms and policies to learn more about what you did wrong. And then you click on the link and it's just a generic article talking about the terms and stuff like that. And you're like, no, that's not what I need. I need some help to kind of figure out exactly what I did wrong so I can see exactly the problem that you guys are having with my channel so I can address it, fix it, and move on and not make that same mistake again. They're skipping that whole other process of telling me what I did wrong, so I have no idea what to correct. So it's like if I had a kid, or if I had a kid and they, all of a sudden I took away the toy and it says, no, you're in timeout. Then they said, then they asked, what did I do wrong? And I said, you did something wrong. Then they're like, what did I do wrong? Like, you did something wrong. And I'm like, okay, but what did I do so I don't do it again and don't get my toy taken away? No, like, well, check out this link talking about what good kids do. And I'm like, it's that type of situation here. Hope that was a good analogy, a good metaphor. Maybe. Let's see. And hey, Rybud, I'm up $800 on Luna. Dude, congrats. Currently, my crypto is long-term holds. When do you take profits in order to reinvest back into Luna? I'm concerned if I take profits, the price won't come back down. So Luna is a little bit different, of course, than the majority of other coins because Luna really never fell down too much during this last little move. So if I were to replace Bitcoin right now, and we'll leave Dogecoin on here, and we just go to Luna. Let's go to the daily chart here. For now, actually, let's just make it a full chart here. Now, see me. Because this is something I'm also holding on to. So, there was a double bottom down here. I broke out above it. It's been doing fine ever since. We had the breakout here. I told you guys I was buying some. I sold some here. I bought some more here because I was like, oh, what am I doing? And so far, we're still surging up here. And my price target was anywhere between 125 and like 150 here if we get a really nice boom going forward. But as far as when I want to take my profits, in order to reinvest them down the road, what I tend to do is whenever I see this have a monster surge, right? Because it's at all-time high, so we're not going to be looking at old levels of resistance because there is no resistance at the time, right? What I tend to do is one of two things. I will just put a price up here. Like right now, Luna's at 117, but the breakout really occurred right down here. A lot of times when we have breakouts, they go about 30 to 60%. So 60 is about all the way up here at about 165. I think that's a little out there for now, but I could see it coming back down here to 140, 150 or so, right? What I would recommend is to have somewhat more of a stop loss rather than just a clean level to sell at. You can do both. What I'm looking at right now is what happens kind of towards mid or the end of April. I'm looking at these moving averages right now, and I think give it a few more weeks and we should see a death cross here where we eventually come back down to this level that we're at now. But before that happens, we should see a surge. So what I might think of is like, hey, if the market cap for Luna is pretty high, which it is, it'll take a little bit of capital to push it up. I don't think that's going to be too hard here because of how much they're actually, like how much the company is progressing here. Would be the easiest way to do this. I might scale a little bit out at 130 and a little bit more at 150. Since I'm kind of more of a long-term holder with Luna, I'm okay if it hits 130 and it doesn't hit 150 before it maybe comes back down a little bit more, because I'm still holding it for the long period of time. But if I sell some right up here and I let it kind of stick for a little bit of time, right, and then it comes back down later on, then I'll be able to buy more Luna for it to put back into that long-term position. If you're lucky, the easiest way to do this will be just to wait for Bitcoin to have a massive surge, thereby making Luna have a massive surge. And then when you start seeing Bitcoin break down, that's where you sell your Luna, because Luna will continue to break down as well. And then once Bitcoin starts to consolidate a little bit more, you're just going to be buying Luna. You're not going to worry necessarily about getting the best price, because that's not really what's going to matter as you reinvest that income back into cryptocurrencies, right? You're just going to worry about getting a price that's lower than what you previously sold it at. That way you just, at the end of the day, you just hold more for that long-term position, if that makes sense. So there's a few different ways to do it. I would say hopefully Bitcoin has a surge where it consolidates here and kind of makes that bigger move up here. Otherwise, I'm going to start scaling out at 130 bucks, then try to do the rest at 150. And then if it decides to pull back down here a little bit more, I'll do that. But again, if I am going to scale out of a longer term position just to accumulate more coins down the road, I'm only going to be willing to sell about 30 to 40% of that entire position. That way, if it does continue to take off down the road, I still have a nice juicy amount of Luna there to kind of keep making me money. And I'll make a mistake with that Luna and I sold it too early. That, you know, if I made a mistake or you make a mistake on that, you don't have to chase it back up. You could simply just put that money back into another different type of investment and then wait for Luna to come back down the road, and then you can just reaccumulate some more coins there to meet whatever type of amount of Luna you're particularly looking to hold on to, right? So a lot of different strategies there. Choose the one that best suits you. You can go from a certain limit, or you can go based off of what the technicals say as far as, you know, like, hey, we just broke out, we're still looking pretty good here. We should have a surge pretty soon, because Luna's the only thing positive for my screen right now, actually. But again, that's because they're doing some special stuff as far as the company is concerned, and it looks like they're getting a lot of institutional investments behind them as well. So I don't feel like you have to sell the entire portfolio if you want to do that strategy. And it's a good strategy. I've done it a lot. I've been doing it with BGB here for a while. I told you guys actually earlier, I posted a video about the new low market cap coin I'm going to be buying here. That low market cap coin is Kyoko. I always mispronounce the name here. But if I hop on over here to BitGet, it's right here, yeah. So this one's going to be interesting. They've had a few different coins right here. The ZBZ is the most standard of what a new IPO type of situation is. What the Launchpad is for BitGet is they go out and find, well, people apply to have their coins on the exchange. They vet them thoroughly. That way we can make, like, to say, hey, okay, you're good enough to be on an exchange. So that way nobody gets like a rug pull, so to speak, right? But what happens here is, like, let's say ZBZ, we go over to spot, and then you have the ability to buy it before it goes on the exchange for a cheaper price using BGB token, which is why I like BGB so much. But let's say you go right here and we go to ZBC, and you can see it opened up a few weeks ago now, back on March 16th, about a little less than a month ago, about a few weeks actually, yeah. It opened up at about 2 cents. It actually came down about 10% to around 0.018 cents. And then it soared about 150% from there, from the opening price up to, like, you know, I can't even tell how high that went. There we go. 150% to about 3 cents, right? Now, maybe a little bit higher than that. What is the price? Oh, excuse me, up to 5 cents. My bad. There was a 3 cent difference. But and it consolidated a while. Now it's coming back up here to hopefully do a nice little rip up higher. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. I own some of this. I normally don't tell you about these because they are higher risk coins because they do have a lower market cap. I'm not even sure what ZBC's market cap is right now. Well, like 17 million, right? So that's lower. It's high risk. I'm not gonna lie, it's high risk. That's why, you know, I don't tell you about it too much. But lately, you guys have been convincing me that you guys accept the risk of whatever I tell you guys, and you guys just basically don't invest too much money so you're not overexposed in a certain sector, right? So that's why that's why I told you guys today about the other coin that they're doing, the newest launch here of DOGECOIN. It starts tomorrow, but you guys have to buy it using BGB, which is kind of the annoying part. But at the same time, I get it. They're trying to pump up their coin, which I own a lot of, to be frank, right? Told you guys that since last September. But yeah, it starts in 14 hours. It's 10 cents, basically 0.1, right, for one Kyoko. So I'm gonna probably buy a few $100s worth, maybe $400 worth, and see where it goes. And then if it really surges off on the day it comes to launch, guess what? I'll be making a good amount of return, and I will probably sell some of it the first day if it has the first couple days if it has a surge. Then I'll hold the rest of it for a long-term position because I want to see if it will make me money down the road. All right? And specifically, this is a credit provider. I love credit companies. Credit companies are good at making money for just loaning out money. It's an amazing way to make money, and they're trying to do it in the metaverse, which is why I'm so excited about it. But again, you guys don't have to buy it right now. You guys can wait till it's on KuCoin or Binance or something like that down the road. Now, it'll be a little bit more expensive, of course, but if you want that safety net to even see if it actually ever gets qualified enough to go on those larger exchanges, then you can wait a little bit more for the extra security. You're risking gains, but that's not necessarily a bad thing if you ask me, right? So I'm really excited about this one. I'll let you guys know how this one goes. The website's a little funky because they have that there as their main photo, but a credit provider and cross-chain game NFT lending market for guilds and players. So it kind of, I think it's going to be good down the road. You're not going to really see anything really parabolic with it for a while, though, if you ask me. So it's more of a long-term position where I just take the opportunity to pump some money there that I do not need anytime soon and just hold it for a decent period of time. All right. Back to 5. And there's DOGECOIN on the 5-minute chart as well. Hoping to see a little bit more of a zoomed in picture. Let's see. And hey, Ken, don't beat yourself up. Oh, I'm not going to. It's just an annoyance thing. So ever since I was a kid, I've been kind of more of an old man at heart. And the one thing I really do not like is stupidity. And I view this as some form of stupidity on YouTube's part. And I know they're not stupid, which is begging the question, why would they do this? Which is making me go into a twister thing, because YouTube employees are pretty smart, right? My thing is they don't have the ability to fix their problems as efficiently as they may like to. This may be because of COVID and other factors, and I think that's where this is coming from. But at the same time, I wish they would try, right? And still, they still haven't even replied. So. Let me see. And hey, Lisa, I appreciate it a lot. I really do appreciate it. Let me try again here. Team YouTube. Hello again. There any way you can help me out? Still stuck on how to fix my problem. Emoji, smiley face. Okay, we'll see if they respond to that one as well. It'll be weird, but again, that's the only thing I can do. If tweeting's the only thing I can do, I'm going to tweet. Oh, let's see right there. Let's see. Hi, Rybird. They won't even let me resubmit. They say I can. I have to wait the 30 days now because the video was 28 seconds long. Trust me, I thought about that, but YouTube didn't think it would be a good thing. Let's see. Hey, OJ, could it possibly be your thumbnails where YouTube has an algorithm looking for pictures of Elon or on crypto channels, since that's what scammers use? It could be, but they said a team of specialists looked at it. Remember? A team of specialists looked at it. So if they were to click on one of those streams, they would clearly see that it's just me talking on it. So I don't think that's the case, because remember, during a recent review, our team of policy specialists, so it was a team effort, they say, so that means more than one person looked at my channel. So if they, if that was the problem, I think they would have been able to just click on one of my videos that has Elon or Kathy Woods on the thumbnail, and then just say, okay, well, this guy's using it here, but so is every other YouTuber, and they're still making money off of their channels, right? So I don't think it was that, especially since they said our team of policy specialists. So, you know, and they said a significant portion of my channel, that's not just a little bit, one or two things. That's like that's like my entire channel, basically. A significant portion is all corrupted with me not making the content. Which, if you guys have been here for a while, you guys know, as awkward as I am, as few views or as many views as some of my videos get, it's always just me talking with you guys. Now, sometimes I don't have my picture in the video, like sometimes I take it off like this, like that, but I don't think that's gonna affect anything. At least I hope not, right? Again, I'm still, like I said, I've been doing YouTube for about a year now with you guys, but I am still not 100% sure of how YouTube works, and I never expected them to like demonetize me but not tell me what I did wrong. I thought there was like a system in place there, and that's why when I go over here to my channel monetization, I thought they would say, hey, you have a strike, or like, hey, warning, you did something wrong. No, they skip that whole process, which is why I'm like, help me please, YouTube, like help me understand it. Let's see. Thanks, Snow, and 2 others, and Justin, I appreciate it. I don't have the 2 others, but whoever you are, I appreciate it. Let's see. I was thinking something, yeah, exactly. I thought something like that as well, but then at the same time, like, think about it. A team, you know, you're allowed to use thumbnails of other people on your streams, right? People do it all the time. And that's reused content. You know, significant portion. I don't think the thumbnail is really the most important part of a video, if you ask me. But again, I don't know much about YouTube. Hey, Hoofed. Mikey called this Dogecoin pump. Actually, this one higher than I thought. I actually thought this might just go up to 15 cents. It blasted through that with ease. So I was a little bit off here. The only thing I was thinking about as far as Dogecoin was concerned is the breakout. But I also didn't expect it to go so big against Bitcoin's price. Remember, this is not now, but earlier in the day, you saw Bitcoin going down and Dogecoin going up. And as Bitcoin kind of consolidated at this low level, Dogecoin kept on ripping. But as soon as Bitcoin started to curl back up, you saw Dogecoin start to come back down a little bit and show some weakness. So that was an interesting turn of events. I won't say that I called it going up to 17 cents because I did not. I just thought it might go up to 15 cents. And then personally, that's why I might have sold some of my Dogecoin if I was trading it. But guess what? I would have lost out on some money. But at the same time, I would have still walked away with some money. And that's the thing I want you guys to always be aware of. Because you're never going to be 100% correct. But if you're kind of just in that general area, you could still make a buck out of it. Now, we talked about this a few days ago, of course. So you might have made like 10 to 15%. Not the big move overall that we saw today. If you bought a few days ago and kind of rid it all the way to the top today at 17 cents. Like, I'm happy Dogecoin had a really nice day today. Dogecoin's been really boring, really negative over the last few months, as we all know. People kind of mad at it, sad at it, angry, happy, still bullish. A whole mixture pot of emotions around Dogecoin. But the fact that it had a nice pop, I'm really happy with it. Because it kind of gives more life into it. And we'll see if, as Bitcoin continues to have stronger moves down the road, if Dogecoin will continue to kind of rise back up and hopefully hit around 25, 30 cents. And the last thing I wanted to tell you guys about Dogecoin in particular here was, I think Ghost or somebody else alluded to this in the comments a while back on the other stream. Something really good was, if we didn't have this pump up today, imagine how much more Dogecoin would be down right now, right? And so Dogecoin sitting at 16 cents when Bitcoin had a little bit of a nasty couple days, right? Yesterday's day candle and going into today's day candle. Nasty little bit of time here. But overall, Dogecoin still, after all this, above 15 cents, above 16 cents, which makes me really happy to see it. See it. Hello, Well Scratcher. I can start another YouTube channel called like Upshot. Yeah, but I feel like Upshot scammed people. I don't feel like I've scammed anybody. I don't feel like I've done anything really nasty that warranted what they said, right? Upshot promoted a coin that fell like a rock when the developers sold it, right? I don't pump up coins. I don't do anything. I just give you guys my personal opinion. And even if you guys saw my video this morning about the Kyoko coin, right? I specifically said in the video down below, like here, see if I can find it here. Get shareable link. Oh, I should have just actually done view on YouTube. I specifically said Make sure to read this before you buy. Just because I like it doesn't mean you need to invest in it. And I gave you guys the document here if you guys wanted to learn more about the Kyoko coin. And, you know, who is Kyoko, the business model, the stake, the vesting, all this type of stuff. That way you guys weren't just relying on me saying something, right? I don't want you guys just to buy what I buy. I just told you guys a while ago, like, hey, if something else pops back on this little Launchpad thing, because the other ones have been making me money, I will, I'll let you guys know about it, and you guys can choose to invest if you want to. I'm investing a few $100, like $400 probably, but it's just because I'm doing so doesn't mean you guys have to, right? We all have our preferences, and not everybody likes to go into the really low market cap coins. I like these ones because I don't have to pay gas fees. And if you guys have watched the channel before, you guys know I rant about gas fees. This is kind of a mini solution to that. Not a major solution, just a mini small solution for it. And of course, I bought. I should have bought more. I really should have bought more. But if you guys look at bot's price, now it's not doing anything really. But it's down about 1%. But the opening day here, if I can find a way to make this full screen. It opened up at a very low price way down here. And the day, it soared about like 3,000% opening day. They must have had an amazing social media thing. Now, I sold it all the way, like I sold all of my coins all right here about 1,000%. It went up all the way up here to 3,000% almost. I felt like a fool afterwards. I didn't scale out. But I was like 1,000% on the first day. I need to lock in what I can now, so to speak, right? Because I didn't think it was going to keep on going. Again, I didn't invest nearly as much money. I'm going to invest a lot more money into this coin, Kyoko coin, than I did this one. But now it doesn't, like everything is so weird on this chart because of the first day here. But it's just been kind of doing nothing so far since then. Sideways action for the most part here. But my point is, like, they've been pretty fun to trade. They're just kind of, it's a process to buy them, right? Because you have to, well, once it's available to buy, you have to use the tickets and stuff like that. You can just, you have to buy them using BGB, which means you have to buy BGB, and BGB right now is at about 20 cents. And you have to use BGB to buy the Kyoko, which, I mean, it's not bad, but it's like a little bit more of a process. But I consider that much easier than having to actually deal with the gas fees of Ethereum and stuff like that by swapping for it. I don't like swapping, guys. I really don't like swapping. I've kind of saying that for a while now. Now, I do it every once in a while if I want to have some fun on a very long-term project, but, you know, a lot of times they don't work out, right? I invested in something a while ago called Zero Token, mostly out of just, like, passion for the anime Code Geass, excuse me. That one bust. I lost all like $300 of my investment there. All of it. Went nada. Nowhere. And then later on I learned that there was like a scammer involved in it. One of the developers was scamming. And then they found him out, and then he lives in Canada. But after that I was like, I don't really care about it. I knew the risk, and I had lost the money on it. Now I have other investments up 1,000% since then, but at the same time, you know, when you go into that swapping market, I didn't just lose that $300. I also lost like the extra $150 I did for gas fees on top of that. That's that sunk cost, if you will. If you guys ever took economics in college, sunk cost sucks. I'm gonna pour me some water very fast. Alrighty. Hey, who Johnson? Yeah, the special, right? Yeah. Hey, Robert. No, I'm not going to do any Will Smith stuff. You know, where was I at when I saw that? I was on a date, and I was on my phone, and I saw something about Will Smith, and I didn't look at it. I just thought, oh, Will Smith, maybe he won an Oscar, right? And then later on that night, I was, did I get back? I get to get back home like at 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I opened it up, and I'm like, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I was shocked, and I was like, what did Chris Rock do? Like, you know, Chris Rock is old, right? He's like in his 60s, I think, or he is 60, one of those ages. And I was just like, dude, Will Smith, what the heck is the matter with you? After a joke like that, after what his wife did to him, I was like, Will Smith, come on now, you need to go into some therapy. I was furious. It was not good. But yeah, it was. I was so shocked to see that Will Smith, Chris Rock little altercation, let's call it that. I was very entertained at the faces of everybody watching it, though. Some people didn't know what to make of it. Some people were like, ooh. You know, there was all types of different faces there. And the fact that Will Smith went back and sat down That's what really. Damn, that's bold. That's bold. Let's see. Hello, Scratcher. Maybe a Dogecoin Bitcoin live stream 24/7 that got you demonetized? No, I mean, I shouldn't be demonetized because I have a 24-hour stream. That stream is being used by lots of you guys. Like today, let me see if I can find the analytics here on the other side, or I can just go over here. Can I? In the last 48 hours, 15,706 people have watched the stream. I mean, people get use out of it. And even for my lower stream that not many people watch, because it's just like that, you just kind of look at it very quick and you hop off because it's just longer term technicals as far as Bitcoin is concerned. That still helped out about 500 people in the last 2 days. So I don't know, I don't think it was any of the streams that I did, because I've been doing those streams since like last year. And all of a sudden now they want to, demonetize my channel. I don't think it was the streams at all. And they still haven't responded to me. Yeah, so Team YouTube still hasn't responded to me. Yeah. I'll in like 12 minutes at 7 o'clock, I'll send another message to see if they respond to me. But they are frankly just kind of ignoring me at this moment in time, so kind of have to live with it at this point. But again, that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep on tweeting to them to at least say, hey, just admit you made a mistake, and if you don't want to admit that, just help me figure out what to go do next, because they're not really helping me in that regard. I'm gonna get rid of this YouTube stuff, that YouTube stuff. That one is fine as well. And we can leave that up there for now in case I have to revisit later on. Let's see. Hello, Scratcher. Michael Saylor using buying more Bitcoin today. What happened? Bitcoin tanking 50%. He's putting his company out of business, and he forced to sell Bitcoin to pay them back. Oh, geez, that'd be crazy. Hey, Ken, I lost 300 to SafeMoon. Exactly. Well, see, SafeMoon was a big thing back in the back last year as well. I remember one of my moderators really liked it. He went heavy on it. I think his name was he changed his name because he started a channel. I think got demonetized as well or canceled. The last name I remember him by was Dream Visions, I think it was. But he was one of the moderators. He's really chill. But I think he lost a lot of money in SafeMoon as well. Got to be careful with those coins, especially the high volatile ones. But the opportunity to make money is always there. But again, you only lost $300. There's people that lost a lot more than that trying to go all in on SafeMoon. That's why I would tell you guys, diversify a little bit, have your stop losses in place, and learn to trade while you guys have those longer term positions. And use paper trading and so forth. That's why you guys see that little link on Nightbot that's posting with it. Learn to use leverage. That's why I tell you guys to go to BitGet, because they have the paper trading side, so you can practice trading while you have those long-term investments in there. And if you guys ever want to have long-term investments, you can either use BitGet, or I'd probably recommend Voyager as well, because Voyager gives you that juicy 9% return annually on the USDT, which is it's nice, guys. Come on, 9% yearly. And this is actually just a PSA. We talked about it a few days ago, maybe about a week ago now. But there are attorney generals around the country telling, specifically in New Jersey, telling the Voyager app, Voyager the company, to cease and desist giving out interest to investors. So what is about to happen here, I believe, is you will see Voyager stop accepting new users from setting up interest accounts on their platform. Which means if you guys don't have money kind of in the USDT account of Voyager, like earning interest or any of the other coins, you might want to put money in there now so you can keep on earning interest in it if you guys are doing long-term, not short-term, long-term trading. That way you guys can keep on making money over time before they start saying, hey, we can't do it until this lawsuit is complete. Then we'll be allowed to, right, let you guys do that. Because if you think about it from an economical standpoint, banks want you to keep your money. They want you to put your money into their savings account, but their savings account don't give you anything. And especially right now because of inflation, you're losing money if you just keep your money in the savings accounts. And so if you're a bank and you helped get some politician elected to office, an attorney general, a House representative, or a senator, for whether it's a state senator or federal DC senator, so to speak, you want to pressure them saying, hey, we gave you money. we want you to stop, we want you to hurt our competition or stop them from being able to give out all these cool things that we don't want to give out. So that way people have to put their money back into our banks. And that's what they're trying to do right now. We understand it. It's a problem. But I think they're going to be able to beat it out, just like how BlockFi, they paid a settlement, but now they're still allowed to pay interest out to their users, which I really like, right? So it'll be a process, but it's a process that didn't even need to happen. It's just that banks control so many politicians because, I mean, they're banks. They have tons of money. They have unlimited amounts of capital to invest in lobbying. And we see that more and more. That's where most of the anti-crypto movement comes from, is banks, until they actually get buy-in themselves. On the other hand there, you do have other senators like Elizabeth Warren who aren't really, they don't like crypto at all because their whole focus is crypto is bad. It needs to be 100% centralized. And I don't know how to explain this in a clear way. Crypto is never going to be fully centralized. Regulation can try to make it a little bit more centralized. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to be able to happen. There's too many ways for people to get around those laws if they really wanted to. Now, me and you, we have no real reason. But if you really wanted to get around laws around crypto, you could easily do it. And you could use exchanges that aren't available in most countries, right? Like you could use regular Binance, even though Binance US is only in America. There's a whole bunch of different ways to go around it. And it would just be very catastrophic to even attempt to try to do that. And I don't think they will because, first of all, most Americans are becoming more and more aware of crypto. They're accepting it more and more. And on top of that, let's be frank. Do politicians really want to vote against their self-interest when it comes to trying to really heavily regulate crypto? I don't think they want to deal with that because, of course, if you're the Democrats, think about it. The majority of your base of block of voters is the younger generation, and who has a lot of money invested in crypto for the most part? The younger generation. So, are they really going to tick off that younger generation? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to want to, right? They need to focus on more, other stuff to help out people. Canceling student debt, I think, is the big thing going on right now. Focus on that. Still notification for Twitter. Respond to me, please. Let's see. And here for a name, I appreciate it. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys watch the 24-hour streams. That's why I put them up there. But I don't think that's the reason. Going back to the point made earlier, I don't think that's the reason they tried to. They did demonetize my channel. Let's see. Hey kid, one of the supervisors put thousands into SafeMoon. Oh my gosh. Yep. Nope. I never put thousands into a coin unless it's like a higher market cap coin, something like that, where I can hold it for a long period of time. Otherwise, it has to be something that I know for a fact that's going to do fine over time, like a BGB token or something like that. But even then, I didn't just buy it all at once. I put a little bit here, a little bit there, breakout, breakout, right? And like for BGB, let me see if I can find it right here. Spot, BGB. All right, so if we go here to the full screen for BGB now. Double tops forming up here, top. We break down below the 20, could be in bad neckline, which brings us back down here to 18. Not terrible. I know there's a huge wall up here. Somebody's trying to keep the price low so they can buy more, which is fine for me in the long term. In the short term, I'd rather see some really nice, I like to see stuff going up. But I first started buying this when I told you guys I was buying it back in September, like September 17th, I think, because that's when I started going. That's when I took the trip to my friend's wedding out in Philadelphia. So all the way over here, right over here, started buying some. Nibble. It wasn't really doing anything, to be frank. Even when Bitcoin was going crashing down, this was doing nothing. Popped up a little bit higher. I was like, okay, let me see. Didn't buy anything there because we didn't break out. Nibbled. Broke out. I nibbled. Hit support and nibbled some more. Well, actually, around here is when I started buying more heavily. We broke out. I didn't sell. I didn't buy anything over here. I waited a little bit longer. The breakout happened right there. I bought some more. Breakout happened right there. I bought some more. Came back up here. We broke out a while ago. I bought some more up here. So my average continues to go up. But at the same time, I'm like the majority of my positions are still down here because I bought so much, right? And then now, as far as BGB is concerned, if we're looking at support, where we could actually be coming all the way back down here to like 18 cents, 18 and a half, I'm really not too concerned about it. This is going to be fine over during the long term, right? But until then, I'm just kind of watching it play out, watching the price action, because if you go over here, you can kind of see these order books right here. I think you guys can see them. There's a lot of walls up here. Somebody is trying to deliberately keep the price down. My thought is so they can buy more here, but I mean, give it a month or something like that. It's going to have to tear up towards 25 cents and make me a good amount of money here, whether it wants to or not. Let's see. Hey, Hoot. Yeah, if you want to buy the dips on a bull market, that's definitely the way to go. On a bear market, no, but we're in a good market right now as far as Bitcoin's concerned. We're still holding above that 20. So if I go over here to Bitcoin right here, the weekly chart, the drawings. See me again. We're still holding above the 20-week moving average here. And if you guys watched the video earlier where I gave you guys a little bit of a daily Bitcoin update, what I talked about specifically here was I don't really trust the 50-week moving average as a good representation of support and resistance, because look at this. Closed below it, oh, closed above it, closed below it. It's not as reliable as I would like it to be. But something that has been more reliable is the 20-week moving average, right? So, look at that. Resistance, a little bit of resistance up here, support, resistance, support. Broke down. When we finally broke down, we came down hard. Going back in time, support, resistance. Once it popped, kept on going up. Once it broke down, came down hard. Resistance, broke out. Resistance, support, resistance, break out. Resistance, broke out above it, hit the 50, that was a level of resistance. Then we came back down, then resistance, resistance, resistance. So not every single time, but you can see the majority of the time, it has been a very, very good level of support and resistance. It's one thing we do not want to break down below, but again, it's rare that we break out above it and don't have a stronger move for the next few weeks, right? So boom, went up a little bit. Here is that one example. I'm hoping this isn't the case. But we shall see. Going back all the way over here to 2018 as well. We didn't close above it then, but we closed above it here, ultimately coming back down, right? So let's see what happens there at that point. But this seems to be a little bit, too close to like a major drop, a major crash, which means it was just kind of having almost a dead cat bounce, if you will, before ultimately coming back down. All right, this one, more consolidating, so that's a little bit different. But we've consolidated for a while, we broke out above it, and now we're looking to hold it where we can have a little bit more of a surge. We'll see if it ultimately holds, but history says it should be okay. Now we look at other technicals as well, and that's why we're not just using this to make our trading decisions. But it's a good decision. It's a good moving average to pay attention to. Go back to the 5, I guess. All right, it's also 7 o'clock. Let me see if YouTube actually responded to my message. No, they didn't. Team YouTube. Hello. I'm gonna say sorry to keep bothering you, but I am looking for some help and I keep getting sent links that are not helping. Is there something do to help me that can result in some type of now what should I say? You keep getting some links that are not helping. Is welcome. I just feel like it's not the best policy to ignore those who have when who are seeking help. Something generic like that. I said sorry though. I'm trying to be compassionate to their situation, whatever that may be, or those circumstances that they're dealing with. That one right there. Back over here to coin market cap. Is anything really up today though? GMT is up a little bit. USDN is up a little bit. That's kind of interesting to see. Well, that's it. That had a monster drop though. I'm not really sure about that one. Dogecoin's up today, of course. Not on the daily candles, but you know, on theirs where they go off in different time zones. See, I did not hear that Bitcoin was going to do a stable coin, so that might be kind of interesting to see. Bitcoin's going to shoot to 50K, bringing the alts along with it. That's my goal. That's my hope, really. And of course, we're going to have to consolidate, but we have those three options of whether we're going to, of how we're going to break out. We're either going to hold the 20-day moving average, curl back up, and then break out. We're either then, if that doesn't work out, then we're going to break down below the 30, come back down to the, you know, $43,000 range, curl up on that trend line, then break out. Or otherwise, we're going to break down from that trend line, take a little bit longer, and it's going to take like a couple weeks before we break out. And I don't really want to see that happen because that might lead to us breaking back down below the 20-week moving average, which would be a big disappointment for all of those investors who bought at that on those breakout levels there. And hey, RW, yeah, Dogecoin looks fine, guys. It's consolidating right now. I'm fine with it. If you guys wanted to have some type of short-term stop loss on it, maybe around 15 cents if you did. But until then, I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens on this breakout or so. And if we can have another good surge leading into tomorrow, we're hoping that it can continue surging, knowing that over the last few pumps it has dumped afterwards. But of course, Bitcoin's looking a lot healthier than the last few pumps that Dogecoin had. So I'm still really happy with where Dogecoin is going at the moment. Let's see. And hey, you can buy more Doge if you want to, but again, don't invest too much money into it. If you already have a bunch of it, you don't need to add more to it. But if you wanted to do some trades in it, yeah. I mean, I'm still, well, I'm not, but I know people are still loading up on Dogecoin bit by bit. The best thing to do is probably nibble in if you're looking more long term. If you're looking for short term gains, so you know, like a day trade, I would wait for some type of breakout or breakdown, depending on if you're looking to long it or short it. I kind of want to see Doge come down a little bit more. I might buy some more here. Yeah, there's definitely going to be people looking to do the same thing here. Let's see what happens if we go down towards 16 cents, 15 cents. If there's going to be more support around that 15 cent level. And hey, Doge does like to pump and dump. Oh yeah, exactly. That's why you see on the thumbnail of this on this video today, it's like pump then dump. That's usually the history with Dogecoin, and that's why I always tell you guys, be careful about how much you want to invest in it. But if you guys are lucky enough, or you guys do, you know, play the technicals that saw that breakout coming, and you do manage to make that good amount of money, you should be fine about how much profit you take home, right? So if we look over here as far as Dogecoin on the daily chart, if you bought on the breakout, which is right around here at 14 cents, and we head up here towards like the 200, that's about 27% profit right there on that run from that breakout. Oh, excuse me. Right, so that's nice. But nothing really happened until the golden cross occurred right here. And then all of a sudden, the day after the golden cross, boom, boom, boom. So it's okay for a little bit of a cool down, because ultimately, we're following this trend line right here. As long as we stay on this trend line, I am happy as can be. Now, I'm hopeful that we actually probably won't go down below about 15 cents, maybe 15.35, because I don't want to see us coming down where we might come into contact with the 20-day moving average and ultimately get break down below it. That's just me wanting the most bullish price activity I can see for Dogecoin. But of course, it's okay, because if you look at Dogecoin kind of going out for a month or so, what's happening? The 20-day moving average is screaming up right now, screaming up. Excuse me. And then we can see it having a golden cross over the 200 daily moving average, and that might be the next catalyst we need to see a larger move happen with Dogecoin. And so that's why, you know, I'm still holding the Dogecoin I bought years ago, but I know a lot of people are bought some here, they may be buying some here in anticipation for another golden cross that may happen sometime uh, in the last 2 weeks of April, most likely, leading into either a really good end of the month for Dogecoin as far as April is concerned, or maybe it won't actually take off until May. And if we look at it back from last year, right, the real big move for Dogecoin happened right over here in January. Circled back up here. February was fine. March was nothing. Nothing really happened in March. And then April, we soared here for Dogecoin. All the way up here. Then heading into May, kept on going up even higher. And then mid-May, SNL fiasco. It's just a side hustle. there we go, right? So I'm hoping that April and May can really be good months for Dogecoin as well going forward. And we'll see how much higher it wants to get. But we will need Bitcoin to really rally for us as well. We need Bitcoin to be soaring here as well for us. Hey, boy. Loki says hi. You can see his tail, right? I can grab his tail. That's his tail. Yeah, good boy. Alrighty. There we go. Okay. Gotta love the main market dumping today. Yeah, they said that they're going to be tightening up the Federal Reserve is going to be tightening up some money pretty soon, and they might start selling off capital really fast. So the lady that wrote that report, though, she's I had to look on it today to make sure. She's again, not to get too much in politics, she's a very liberal Federal Reserve member, and she's also, I think, about to get appointed potentially as the vice chair of the Federal Reserve. And so, in order to get that, kind of do the favor to Joe Biden, she's trying to fix inflation as fast as possible, along with Jerome Powell. And she's going to do everything in her power to lower inflation to kind of help Joe Biden out, because Joe Biden, Democrats, just kind of going from a political standpoint, they do not want to be talking about inflation leading into an election. They do not. And remember, for the most part, it looks like Republicans are going to take back the House. I think the Senate is still kind of up in the air about who might take over the Senate, or will the Democrats hold it, or will Republicans take it back, right? So she's kind of a very activist-y type of Federal Reserve employee, if you will. We're going to see how she does, but she really wants to help out Joe Biden here. And it was actually funny. One of the CNBC people said that, and I was like, CNBC never talks about politics with the Federal Reserve. I was shocked. So we'll see what happens here. But again, if inflation cools down, awesome, but that might lead to some type of recession in Q4 or in the beginning of 2023, which will not be fun for many people. It won't be a 2008 type of recession. It'll just be like a more normal one, where maybe unemployment goes up towards like 5-6% maybe. Not anything in the double digits. And hey, Bartford, I did not read about Waves. That's interesting right there. Did you read about Waves Ponzi-like scam where Waves stablecoin crashed when it was uncovered that they were borrowing against themselves to buy more and making it run up? That is actually insane. I wonder. Let me go over here to Coin Market Cap and just look up Waves. Down 12. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, it's coming down from a spike here, so it's on TradingView. Oh yeah, I can see where that story broke. Yeah, look at that. Since the high over here, it's already down about 55%. Yowza. Now, it's definitely come up quite a bit since then, so it's okay for it to come back down a little bit, yeah. But, I mean, these look pretty similar. Big pumps. That would explain some of this crazy action. Let's see. Scam, just lost 400 USD. I already transferred the money to GMT. Even when the price is going down, but the volume is in the green, so that means people are buying the dip. Bearish. Look at the comments. I told you guys not to buy above $50. So, people still believe in it. Idiots, read the comments. This is a scam. Yeah, so... looks like the best thing somebody could do here is probably short it. And it might be worth taking a shorting opportunity on Waves over time. Maybe I'll do that just for a YOLO. Pop down $50 and see where it goes. But yeah, I'll be watching this pretty closely here. This is a daily chart. So over the last few days, it's been continuing to come down here. It looks like it's found a little bit of support, but ultimately, we'll keep a track of waves, Bideford. I'm actually interested to see what happens there. Hey, John. It happens to the best of us. Don't worry. Trading isn't a very emotional game. That's why you just got to have your set stop losses. If it hits, it hits, right? But usually in this type of volatile market, we have to give it a little bit more breathing room. So where you might have had like a 2 to 5% stop loss, maybe you want to up that to a 10 to 15% stop loss to protect yourself. Because right now you are seeing an attempt, even now, to push us back down over the next few days below the 20-day moving average, bringing us down to about like $43,500 right now. That's what the shorts are trying to do. Whether they succeed or not, we'll make sure. But a lot of times when you sell, there is a short-term bounce. It may actually go down further, and you might just be like, "Whoa, I saved myself." You know, I saved myself from a little bit of a more pain down the road, if you get what I'm saying. Next Dogecoin pump will be 420. This 420 should be very, very interesting. I'm really excited to see what happens here on 420. I hope Dogecoin can have a nice little pump in. If it doesn't, I'm fine with that too, but I'm hopeful that it'll be nice. All right, notifications. They still are ignoring me. I don't know what to do. Okay, maybe I'll do this every day, guys, until they respond. And you guys can choose to keep on tweeting or like just liking the tweet if you guys can. But like, they're not even engaging me right now. I think because I'm starting to get more likes and tweets, but like they're not even engaging. They're not even messaging me back anymore. So I will try to do this again and again until they actually respond to me. But it is pretty rough that they're not even like, even with you guys tweeting on my behalf, or like not tweeting but like retweeting, or just saying, hey, help YouTube at at Team YouTube, help Michael. They're not even trying to respond to me anymore. It's just it irks me. It irks me. She's a dove. That's a good term. Yeah, dove, exactly. Very, very dovish. So, hey, Michael, such politics. I know, right? Politics is such a nasty business, which is why I don't like Twitter normally. All Twitter is politics. Loki. Sorry, Loki was barking. He has a very loud bark. He just doesn't bark that often. What time is it? 7. There's still delivery guys coming out. Loki. What are you doing? Why are you barking? Yeah, there's your tail. Bite your tail and go have fun. No barking. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, he's always so shy. But yeah. Okay. But yeah. Go have fun. I don't have any food for you. I'm sorry. Do I have any food? No, I do not have any food for you. There you go. Alright, sorry about that, but he's being a little brat. His barks always scare me. He likes to bark right in my ear in the morning if he sees the mailman or sees anybody trying to drop off a package. See. And there you go. Luna, yeah, Luna's the only thing still green right now, and that's good. Well, Luna's been doing its own thing for a while now. I wanted to short Luna if Bitcoin did ultimately take that drop and plunge. It never did. So Luna's still looking strong. It just broke out. It looks, my price target is anywhere between 130 to 150. That's what I'm looking to sell it at right now. And I'm optimistic it can get there over the next few weeks, especially since it's doing its own thing. I love when coins do their own thing because that means you see a lot more optimism as far as the retail traders involved in those particular coins. Here. What was it here? You can come back tomorrow. Oh yeah, and try YouTube Reddit. Oh yeah, I already have access to a special Discord meant for larger YouTubers. But even they have ghosted me as far as the YouTube employees on that platform. So I don't know what's going on. No, well, they never actually messaged me back. So because I'm a smaller YouTuber, you guys may think that 50,000 subscribers or 58,000 is a lot. It's not to them. It's a minuscule amount. But I'm hoping they're gonna respond here over the next few days or so, and I'll keep on kind of messaging them out saying, hey, help me, help me, help me, and we'll see what happens. But they're not, they don't care, at least right now. Let's see. Hey Michael, are you selling for good or buying back in afterwards? So I opened up a swing position on the breakout. My long-term position is still long. I'm not even touching that. If I sell some long, it's going to be next time Bitcoin reaches all-time highs, somewhere around there. But as far as my swing, that's what I'm going to start selling. The rest of it, like if it hits $150, 90 to 95% of my position is going to be gone. My long-term position, let it ride for as long as I want to hold on to it. I'm not going to sell anytime in the next few years. No. My goal for the majority of my long-term positions is a few years out, or it kind of goes in. It has to do more about the halving cycle of Bitcoin. So let me see if I can find up a chart or something like that. Is this a good one? Okay, here we go. So if we look at this very fast, this is from, I don't know what this is from, Trading Alpha or something like that. You see, every time we kind of have these massive booms. Halving, boom. We just had one 2 years ago in 2020, boom. The next big one really doesn't happen until 2024. That's why most of mine are like a year's out. We should have a major move later on. But right now, we're still kind of staying in this nice little arc, if you will. What else? Now, we do come back down normally to the red zone. We'll see if that's the case now. But I mean, this is all the way back down like 18. We're not going down to 18,000, right? But because right now institutions are more involved, I want to see if we can continue making stronger moves up here. Because the first one had multiple rallies. This one had one big rally, then kind of second rally over here. Now we had our first rally. I'm hoping we can have a more bullish time going forward. But right now, we are kind of hitting that level of resistance up here. But, you know, when I'm looking to sell my long-term coins, it's on these big moves right here. These big moves right there. And this is just called a halving cycle. Halving cycle. Resumes backed by fundamental catalysts. Move some stuff back over here. What the heck is that on the bottom of my screen? I need to fix stuff now. Oh, that was just the thing. Okay, we're fine. You know, it's Michael. Yeah, hopefully that made sense for you guys. What do you call? There's a whole different way I trade my longs. It's basically longs. Longs aren't really meant to be. They're not. I take some profit out of my longs, but the majority of my money gets reinvested into other longs down the road, right? So I wait for a crash, I reinvest it all dipping wise. So, you know, when Bitcoin hit 69,000 or 60,000, whatever you want to, 69,000, I had already sold off a little bit of my crypto because we had already started to break down like a few weeks before that happened. But I started buying back in at 40,000, 30,000, you know, well, not 30,000, I'm going to go down low. But I started buying back down a little bit lower, actually 45,000. So that's when I started buying back in and doing nibbles, and I did more for my long-term positions. And then all I ended up doing was not really making a profit. I took a slight profit, but the majority of my capital went back into these coins just to buy more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, more everything, right? And, you know, and so that works out fine for me. The only thing is, that strategy requires me to pay taxes. So if you guys do want to do that, understand you will be paying taxes on it. I pay taxes quarterly, so it's a little bit different, but it's not a big problem for me. But make sure that you guys understand how much you guys will have to pay if you guys want to do that strategy by making those longer term profits, selling it, then rebuying it back in. Because if you don't take out 15%, or if you guys don't want to, you got to find that money somewhere else, which is usually a savings account or something like that. If you want to keep your crypto separate or so, or you can just do that 15%, you know, kind of keep it there. Like, using that trading journal, if you will. But if you use that trading journal I gave you, you want to have one specifically for longer term trades. And if you guys, I don't know if it's actually on this video. Is it on this video? Hold on very fast, guys. So if you guys want to, down below, I have a guide to the trading journal, and I have a trading journal right here. So if you guys open up this Google Docs page, you guys won't be able to change this. You guys will not be able to. What you guys have to do is go to File, make a copy, then you can change it. And this is the blank one, so you guys get a blank one, not something I've been using. But you guys will put the buy date, sell date, ticker, your own shares, and you know, just keep it there. Number of shares, you can do 50 shares, you can do 2x leverage. Price target is 150, opening price is 125, stop closing price, unless it's not have a stop loss for this one, was 150, and so we made 25 bucks per share, right? Profit loss 25 plus the 2x leverage. Then you got a profit loss of 2,500. Capital gains tax you should put aside in a USDT or a Voyager account to kind of have interest. $375. So your net profit or net loss was $2,125, right? And it adds it all up for you down here, so you guys know how much taxes you need to have on the side for you know, for whatever, you know, for the IRS, so to speak, right? But I have this down here for you guys for free. So, and I don't think anybody else has one on for free on the YouTube channel, because they usually charge people for them. If you guys want to, it's still free right now. I'm going to charge for it probably down the road, but now it's fine. And then if you guys want to have some instructions on it, there's a docs thing I have right here where it just says, hey, trading journal tips. And it tells you what it's designed for, because after you put this information here, you can do a setup of symmetrical triangle or an ascending triangle. And then when you go over here to the pivot table, it'll tell you how much profit you're making per particular type of pattern. So you guys can see where the majority of your money is coming from, where the majority of your losses are coming from, what specific patterns. That way you guys can kind of alter your trading strategy to put more capital behind the things that are working and put less capital behind the things that you need more work on. And when I mean less capital, I usually mean you want to stop trading those altogether and go start paper trading them until you get good enough at it. And then over time, you could make the switch and make them, you can put capital behind those investments. But until you actually prove to yourself that you're good enough to make those investments, you should stick to paper trading for those individual patterns, right? There you go. But yeah, in case you guys want that, it's still there for free. It's just down below here as well. And one thing too, I haven't made one yet. I need to make one this weekend for you guys. I do have. Oh, it's not on this one. Ah, snap. Support the stream. What the heck? Support the stream. That shouldn't be there. Maybe this is just an older one? Yeah, I guess. Okay, well, that's interesting. What do you think Bitcoin's going? I think that's the easier way to say that. This must just be an older version of what I was trying to do earlier. Sometimes it does old stuff in here. Oh, maybe because my channel got demonetized, it kind of messed some stuff up. But I do have a new, I'm building up an email list, so I can tell you guys all the breakouts on Sunday, all the breakouts that I can see happening, so you guys will have a watch list pre-made by me, and you guys can follow it if you want to, or you guys can just kind of use it or not. It's really up to you guys. Do I have a video that has it there, though? I don't know. Here it is. Sign up for the new watch list. So if you guys want to very fast... If you guys want to refresh your guys' streams very fast, and you guys go down to the description, you guys can click on this, and it's like a MailChimp email list, and then from there, I will email you guys like every Sunday. At least I'm going to try to get that schedule down, and then every Sunday you guys will get like 5 to 10 different breakout opportunities in the stock market, and maybe another one on Monday or something like that for, like, you know, crypto, basically a crypto one, because crypto is a little bit different because the way everything kind of follows each other. But you guys get the gist. So if you guys want to, it'll be there for you guys, and I'll be excited once things get going there. Once things with YouTube kind of get figured out, I'll be more on it, if you will. And if you guys are in the 15 member, we're going to most likely come into contact with this 20. Most likely get rejected, but we may have an opportunity to bounce back up. But usually it's that 15 moving average here that'll cause us some trouble going forward. And of course, this all started with this death cross. Well, oh, there was a death cross right here. Big red flag there on the 15. ultimately we came back down. The big one I guess most people would have paid attention to is right there. Come back down since. If you guys are wanting to get more bullish on Bitcoin over the next few hours, I would hope that we can actually have a golden cross with this 20 and this 50. That's what you guys would be more interested in looking at going forward. Because if you guys look at the daily candle, we're just hoping to bounce off of the 20 here, as well as these Ganfeng levels, as well as this trend line here, as well as Fibonacci level here, to start moving back up here. So you'd hope this is as low as we go going forward, because we don't want to break down below that 20. Right now, shorts are going to have more confidence now since we actually did break down below the support level down here that's no longer there. They're going to feel more confident about trying to short us back down. Alright. Nope, YouTube's still ignoring me. Well, we'll see what happens there, but oh well. Let's see. Hey Michael, what makes you choose your next crypto? Is it based on the crypto market cap or the actual coin's usage? It's a mix. In order for me to want to buy a coin, it has to have like a potential parabolic coin. It has to have a lower market cap, and by low market cap, anywhere under $500 million. And then from there, I look on, where is it available to be traded at the moment in time? If I'm looking for something more stable, right? Not really huge YOLO, but something that, like, okay, it's been doing okay so far. I will look to see what platforms it's on, how the social media is, and what the problem it tries to solve. And then I think about this is a weird term to use, the meme ability, the social media ability of the coin to be shared very easily. Like, DOGECOIN was a picture of a dog. It's very easy to share a picture of a dog on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram to get people really excited about it. You can do a meme about that, right? My big thing when I bought DOGECOIN was a little bit about all that stuff I just told you guys about, but it was one of the few. It was like the only low market cap coin on Robinhood at the time. And now the only lower market cap coin I can find on Robinhood right now, which allows a lot of people to buy it, right now is Ethereum Classic. So I think this next altcoin season, you should have Ethereum Classic having a big move. And I plopped down a good amount of money to see if it does. And part of that is because Ethereum Classic is a lower market cap coin on a lot of other exchanges. Now, if we go over here and go to Ethereum Classic, it still has a $6 billion market cap right now, right? It still has a pretty hefty market cap. But I'm thinking, maybe it can get up to, 40, 50 billion market cap on a really big cycle because everybody would be buying it up. And that's kind of my hope for this one. But until, I don't really use Robinhood too much. You guys know that, but I got $2.49 in there. And this is because I just owned a really funny penny stock here for a while. I'm like, don't hold penny stocks because all they ever do is go down. But if I go over here to crypto, what do they have for me to use? Ethereum Classic, and we saw that one is at $6 billion market cap basically. After that, we don't know. Ethereum is way high, Bitcoin is way high, maybe Bitcoin SV, maybe. But those types of things, this doesn't sound right now. Who wants to buy Bitcoin SV? I mean, you can, it just doesn't have that vibe to it, if you know what I mean. So let me go back over here. SV. $2 billion market cap, you can do that if you wanted to. Just something about like I'll just buy Bitcoin. That's the type of stuff of what I what I do. Now you can buy this using the same strategy. Again, it's just the meme ability has always been kind of hard. The meme ability for this has always been kind of hard for me. Almost a little bit same with Ethereum Classic, which is why I actually went back on DOGECOIN. Because if you guys actually remember, as far as Ethereum Classic's been concerned, let's go back over here. Back in 2019, so forth, it was well, let me go out here. It was still around $1 billion, 500 million, 500 million, 800 million, so forth. It was still that golden zone. It just didn't have that parabolic. It had a parabolic move, but not the DOGECOIN parabolic move that we all like. But again, back over here, 500 million, all the way up to 15 billion. Not bad at all. So it still had a major move, just not that parabolic ultra move that we saw DOGECOIN do. So same strategy would work. Maybe it might work a little bit better too with SV. Now I'm looking at how low the market cap is. But again, I don't know. Well, I didn't follow Bitcoin SV actually at all during the last altcoin season. Not at all. Maybe that was just an oversight on my part. Let me look at it very fast. All market cap. 2019, it was already at $1 billion. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe it's just. Really? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't pay attention to it much at all. Not at all. There we go. Yeah, people do like the fact that it's a lot cheaper than Bitcoin, that's for sure. Okay, but okay, everybody, I'm going to end the stream right now. I'm going to go upstairs and get myself some dinner and take a look out to use the bathroom. He's telling me he has to go right now. But it was fun talking with you guys. I appreciate you guys trying to help me out with Twitter. We'll do this again tomorrow. I won't be talking about it as much, of course, but I'm hoping they'll at least reply to me at this point. But it seems like they got annoyed by me asking you guys to help. So we'll see how everything goes here. I do want to thank you guys for watching the stream tonight, and I will make sure that, to be live tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, enjoy you guys the rest of your night. Watch out for any potential breakouts as far as Dogecoin is concerned, and don't be afraid to have a stop loss if you're afraid it might go down below 15 cents or 14 cents again or something crazy like that, okay? Have a great rest of your night, guys, and until tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks again, everybody.